They lied to you. Your teachers, your pastor, your imam, your parents, they all meant well, but they still lied. They said hard work was the key to success. They told you that if you just prayed harder, studied more, obeyed more rules, gave more tithes, dressed modestly, or followed the straight path, money would come. But it didn't. You are still broke. You are still tired. You are still chasing peace and prosperity, like it is some divine reward for being good. But what if I tell you there's a skill, a $0 skill, that's been paying me every single day, literally, and it has nothing to do with school, religion, or tradition? And before your mind races to trading crypto, or selling feet pics, or joining another online course cult, calm down. This is not a gimmick. It is not even new. It is something so ancient and simple that it is hiding in plain sight. Yet most people ignore it because it doesn't look sexy, doesn't sound spiritual, and definitely doesn't feel professional enough to be taken seriously. I stumbled on this skill not because I was smart, but because I was desperate, broke, embarrassed, tired of performing. Have you ever been so broke you start bargaining with God? God, if you just give me $100 today, I swear I'll stop lying. Father, just this rent. I'll start attending midweek services again. Or maybe you are the type that posts cryptic WhatsApp statuses, hoping someone asks, "Are you okay?" So you can respond, "God is in control," hoping they will ask again and eventually send you money. Yeah, I have been there. And what got me out was not another 40-day fast or some financial deliverance night. It was not even a fancy online course or some hustle. It was this weird $0 skill I will tell you about, but not just yet. You need to see how ridiculous this whole thing is first. Let's rewind. A few years ago, I was in a phase I call the fake productivity trap. I had a notebook full of business ideas. I had motivational quotes on my wall. I had prayed over my laptop. I even had a vision board with pictures of Dubai, Tesla, and some muscular guy with six-packs I cut from a magazine. But I had no income. I would post online about building an empire while borrowing money to pay for data. Every motivational speaker says consistency is key, but they never tell you what to be consistent in. So I became consistent in being confused, until one day, something shifted. It was 2 a.m. I was watching a YouTube video on how to make money online. Don't judge me, we've all been there. And the guy said something weird. He said, "You don't need money to make money, you need attention." That sounded like blasphemy. In my culture, attention is bad. If you get too much attention, they say village people will attack you. You will attract evil eyes. So we're taught to stay low-key, humble, invisible. But here was this man saying, money follows attention. So I started paying attention to attention, and I noticed something. There were people making money from simply talking about their lives, their problems, their bad breakups, their worst decisions, their favorite food, their unpopular opinions, and they were getting paid. Not because they were gurus, not because they had degrees, just because they could hold attention. It clicked. The $0 skill is this: storytelling, not fiction, not Shakespeare. I am talking about raw, honest, emotional, curiosity-driven storytelling. And I know what you are thinking. That's too simple, exactly. The reason you have ignored it is because it does not wear a suit and tie, it does not have a certificate. You cannot hang it on your wall. It does not make your pastor shout hallelujah, or your parents proud. But it prints money. Now let me prove it. Every day I write something online. A thread, a post, a script, a story, a caption. I don't sell, I don't beg, I don't pitch. I just tell real stories in ways that hook people. And brands pay me, platforms pay me, people buy through me. Why? Because attention is the new oil, and storytelling is the drill. When someone tells you people don't read anymore, that is a lie. People read what is interesting. They watch what's addictive. They listen to what moves them. Your problem is not that people are too distracted. Your problem is you have been too boring. And it's not your fault. School taught you to write for marks, not for attention. Religion taught you to suppress emotion, not express it. Tradition taught you to repeat, not disrupt. But the internet rewards the opposite. Now here's where it gets juicy. The first time I made money from storytelling, I was not even trying to. I posted something dumb on Facebook. Some rant about how broke I was, how motivational speakers are frauds, and how I'm tired of pretending to be strong. It went viral. People laughed, some cried, some related. But a guy messaged me and said, "Hey, your writing is amazing. Can you help me write a sales page for my product?" I had no idea what a sales page was. I Googled it, took the job, wrote something honest and raw. He made sales. He paid me $80. That $80 felt like $8 million. Why? Because for the first time, I was not paid for obeying rules or proving how holy I was. I was paid for being real, for turning my thoughts into words that moved people. That changed everything. So I doubled down. I studied how ads are written. I read books about persuasion. I watched stand-up comedy to understand timing and rhythm. I analyzed viral tweets, YouTube thumbnails, Netflix descriptions. I looked at everything through the lens of story, and I started earning daily. Some days $10, some days $100, some days more. But every single day I have money enter my account, because there's always someone somewhere who needs a story to sell their product, pitch their idea, build their brand. And here is the thing. You already have this skill. You just don't trust it. Every time you gist your friends about your horrible date, that's storytelling. Every time you complain on WhatsApp about NEPA or your boss, that's storytelling. Every time you reenact how your mom shouted your name from the kitchen, you're telling a story. But you don't package it, because you think real work has to be hard, boring, technical, or holy. But let me ask you something uncomfortable. If Jesus came today and wanted to build a follower from scratch, would he go to seminary or open a TikTok account? Be honest. He told parables. Short, emotional stories. He knew how to get attention. He knew how to make people feel, not just think. He understood virality before it became a trend. And that is what you need. Now I know you might be thinking, but I'm not a good writer. It doesn't matter. Some of the most viral storytellers can't spell definitely correctly. It is not about grammar. It is about grabbing attention, building connection, and driving emotion. Here is the three-part formula I use daily. Hook, story, emotion. Start with something curious or unexpected, then tell the story. Then hit the emotion that makes people feel seen, understood, or inspired. Example, hook. I made $0 for 6 months, then I made $500 in 1 day. Story. I was writing daily, nobody was paying attention. I almost quit. Then one post blew up. A client found me. Emotion, you're not being ignored, you're being refined. Stay consistent. Simple, right? But powerful. People don't remember facts. They remember how you made them feel. That's why a bad breakup still haunts you more than your high school math class. Feelings stick, and storytelling is the delivery system for feelings. Now let me tell you what happened when I started using this $0 skill seriously. First, I attracted clients. Then I attracted students. Then I attracted platforms. I started getting DMs like, "Can you help me write my landing page? Can I pay for a one-on-one call? Can you ghostwrite for me? Can I pay you to teach my team?" And I would laugh, because I used to fast and pray for these doors to open. But the key wasn't fasting, it was storytelling. And guess what? I still pray. I still believe in God. But I don't outsource my responsibility to Him anymore. You're not broke because God is testing you. You're broke because you haven't mastered attention. And if that offends you, good. Offense precedes transformation. Now I know this is the part where you expect me to sell you a course or coaching program, but I won't, because you don't need more info. You need more action. Start writing. Start telling your story. Start posting daily. Not to go viral. Not to please God. Just to practice the $0 skill that can change your life. Tell your story about failing jam 3 times. Tell your story about being the last born with the loudest voice. Tell your story about being a church girl who secretly doubts everything she hears in church. Tell your story about losing weight, being scammed, dating the wrong person, starting a business, hating your 9 to 5. Tell the damn story, because the world does not need more perfect people. It needs more honest people, and honesty pays when you package it properly. I now live off words, not because I am a genius, but because I show up daily. I tell stories. I make people feel something, and the world pays me for it. You do not need a degree to do this. You do not need capital. You don't need permission. You just need to stop hiding behind fear, religion, and tradition and start sharing what's already inside you. Your pain, content, your past, a lesson, your shame, someone else's breakthrough. Stop wasting your life waiting for some divine sign. This is your sign. The $0 skill is storytelling. It is not what you think, and it is the most underused, underestimated, and undervalued asset in today's economy. Use it, share it, practice it, profit from it. And maybe one day someone will say, "I found your story and it changed my life." Or maybe they'll just PayPal you $500 for writing their email sequence. Either way, you win, because stories don't just entertain, they feed, they heal, they pay every day, just like they do for me.